Hello everyone, Maurice and welcome to Tanks Invest, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. For today's video, entertainment purposes only. The investment we're going to talk about today would be Ethereum and Bitcoin. Happy Sunday, everybody, and happy Memorial Day weekend for the US folks that are listening in today. With respect to Bitcoin and Ethereum and the overall cryptocurrencies market, we experienced some sort of like a small sell-off yesterday with respect to Ethereum down close to about 11% yesterday. And with respect to Bitcoin, it was down about 7% yesterday. And on Sunday today, I had a pretty productive day overall today. Did a lot of errands. I spent some time with the family, did some grocery shopping, and etc. And as I got home around like the 4:45, I checked on my Coinbase account. I checked on the technical analysis. It seems like we're trending more of a rebound today, more of a green day, but not like a major green day, but kind of like a pseudo kind of hovering day that we've been trending so far. But overall, it's a good sign with respect to how we're trending. So I'm going to go over a technical analysis to see where do we see the prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum going all forward from here, right? Is this really the resistance level that we are forming? How should we think about with respect to further dollar cost averaging at certain resistance level that we should be looking out for? And my price target for the respective prices for Bitcoin and Ethereum at the end year of 2021 as well. So stay tuned, stick around, let's make some money. Moving on to Bitcoin, I know I went off a little bit of tangent on my technical analysis on Ethereum, but I just want to make sure that investors understand the dynamics and really think through more like a checklist type of perspective to make sure that everything is you're looking at everything in 360 degrees, not just looking at things based on how I feel that day or the stock is or the price is flying off the cliff. I'm scared, like should I sell? You should never think in that emotions. Like you should think about like, oh, what's really causing this? What's the causation that's really driving this this effect? And what are the evidentiary supports that we know based on what we know so far? What are the facts and what are some of the embellishments that we have to identify for us to mitigate those risks? And then subsequently make those type of calculations in your head to make the right executions on the trade or any investments that you do. So with respect to Bitcoin again, we're basically trending according to plan. Based on how we are trending based on technical analysis. Obviously, Bitcoin is less volatile in comparison to Ethereum, knowing the fact that the price point for a Bitcoin is relatively much bigger, in comparison to Ethereum. So that subsequently drives more of a price sensitivity for investors, and subsequent to that have a large correlations to the price fluctuation that occurs on a percentage perspective at the same time. So right now, I think we're basically trending according to plan, right? As I mentioned from my previous technical analysis video, a perfect level for you to buy in a Bitcoin would be like the 500 level, the $34,000, $500 level, which is something that we have tested yesterday with respect to that like mini sell off, like about 7% and 11% for Ethereum. So that was a perfect opportune time for you to buy in, for like a quick gain of like $2,500. And I think we will basically bounce up and down around these level going forward, right? I see like right now we're trending around like the $36,000 level, basically testing the psychological resistance level that we've had historically, right? You could see that we've tested once, we had this like twice, kind of like on a more of a semi consolidation level, 3 times, right? 4 times, 5 times, right? And then you have like this 6 times right here, relatively small, right? And then you have a bunch of times here as well, right? So like at least 8 consolidation level that we've formed here, right? At the $36,000 level. I would actually, I wouldn't mind buying at this level right now. You could see that on the MACD perspective. You could see that the line is actually fusing together. So that's a pretty good sign. It means that we are slowly crossing up. And when we cross up, it's going to be an amazing time for you to watch out for the next level of resistance, which will be the $40,000 level. And I think we are actually, that is coming into fruition, I believe. You could see that it's crossing upward and it is slowly crossing up. And also on top of that, what is supporting that projection is that the RSI is already submerged in the water. We've tested this like bottom crust of the earth crust. that we are you bounce back up, and then you could see that it's peaking upward right now, and also on top of the line is fusing up together. That's showing some good momentum right now that we are we should be seeing some sort of an upward trend movement going forward. I think sometime maybe tomorrow on Memorial Day in the US on Monday, or sometime later, or like later this week, based on the how it's trending right now, because it would kind of make no sense for us to like dip down at the moment, knowing the fact that this is pretty much a wall that we're forming at the $34,500 level. We are up right now, so if I was you right now, I wouldn't mind dollar cost averaging at this moment. I mean, obviously, Bitcoin is a relatively more expensive investment in comparison to Ethereum, right? But I think the stability is pretty much is consistent throughout how we're trending so far. Knowing the fact again, right, we sold down all the way from the $65,000, right? Basically down about 40-50% so far, and we're forming this base right now. So in terms of like the risk reward ratio right now, I think we have a more of a likelihood of 60% of an upside with 40% of a downside, going down to again right the $31,000 level, which we kind of semi tested, trying to test yesterday, but not as severe as like Ethereum that hit all the way down to the $21,000 level, right? But again, the $31,000 level, that would be like the potential risk that you incur. So I think the risk reward ratio is kind of 50-50 right now. You either gain like maybe $4,000 or you lose about $4,000 from here. And I mean, for me, I think it's more like a 50-50 bet at the moment if you think about this from more of a short-term perspective. But I don't think that way. I just think based on how it's going to grow macroly going forward, right? So I think right now is a fair price for you get in. If we go down 31, even better. If we go down even more, like CNBC have been pushing us, trying to tell us the whole time, $24,000 level, which again doesn't make any sense based on how the psychology and the supply and demand is looking like based on the numbers that we see in front of us, then even better. If we get to the $24,000, again, I will buy probably 2 Bitcoin straight up from there. I'll probably, again, like, refinance my mortgage or sell part of my equity holding in Tesla or NEO, some of my favorite stocks, into Bitcoin, because I truly believe into the fundamentals and the macro adoptions that Bitcoin will incur going forward. Knowing the fact that with respect to the halving that's going on in the future, and as Bitcoin supply decreases going forward with more corporations buying it up, reaching $500,000 or even $1 million per Bitcoin in the next 5 years would not be surprising to me. So these are the best opportune times for you guys to further dollar cost average and build your position up from here. And with respect to Bitcoin, in a same logical perspective, I'm assuming just 20% of corporations decide to allocate 1% of their balance sheets, right? And these corporations range from anywhere from like $500 million all the way to $10 billion in of cash in the balance sheet, right? And you basically substitute the cash balance with Bitcoin, and that's the number that I produced at the $95,000 at the 12 months target for Bitcoin. And again, with respect to the current value right now at the $34,500 level, that's a fair number for you to buy in, because we've tested again, right, 11 times of consolidation wall that would bounce off of. So that tells you a lot about the investment appetite for investors. And with respect to this consolidation, we have tested this for about half a year now. So that's a really, really strong, very substantive resistance level that we're forming. And if we get down even more to the $30,000 level, congratulations. I think that's a great level to buy in. If we get down to like what CNBC keep pushing us to do, $24,000 level, that would just be amazing. Again, right, I promise you, I will buy 2 Bitcoins at least if we get down to these levels, because that will be just like opportunity of a lifetime, if you may. That's something that I personally will do, and I promise, and I'll even show you the balance of my account. And I hope that Coinbase is not going to fail us again based on my experience that happened last weekend. But fingers crossed to everybody. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoy my technical analysis again on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. And also, I hope you guys all have a great weekend so far with respect to, the Memorial Day weekend that we still have for tomorrow. I know most people are off tomorrow on Monday, but I'm still going to be working. My job doesn't really, I don't really have days off because, I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an investor on the side. So I'm going to still be having some meetings throughout the day tomorrow, but I'm going to take it like relatively chill. But hopefully you guys enjoy this and gain some insights and don't feel so tense and so worried, and really spend some time with your family, with your loved ones, during this weekend, and just take it easy. And I hope that, with respect to the logics and the analysis that I give you, it gives you like a better peace of mind, right? So you don't have to execute trades based on emotions or with lack of information, right? Sometimes like lack of information or misinformation is gonna make a bad investment most of the time, right? And I hope that, by me bringing you this like clarity, by you bringing this transparency and no fluff and no hype and no biasness, this will give you a good outcome in terms of your investment execution going forward. So please, hit the like button, subscribe button, also that bell notification, and please watch out for the next video. Take care.